Mining away. I don't know what to mine. I'll mine this anyway. In this Minecraft
Kringle
day.
is also a type of chip, if you think about it. They have light loops in it. Basically, it all comes together to make a bunch of different types of.
Oh, you
It's
got.
the
You guys are
oh my
smart.
gosh.
Okay, I need to do a harder
Oh
one.
my
You
goodness,
guys are...
what is it? A lot of different types of cookies. Okay.
Okay, this might not make sense at first, but if you take a second, it'll make sense.
Keebler Vienna fingers. You got the white fudge. Oh, you can't even talk about all the white chocolate.
It might not make sense at
and then
first.
that doesn't even get into the chips. So
all right, do you guys want me to tell what it is? All right, you're gonna
there's
think I'm
Malamar
stupid,
cookies.
but hear me out. Okay, here's. Okay, wait. I'll.
Oh, you got Nabisco. Nabisco makes a bunch of different types of cookies.
Can anyone guess
I
this?
totally.
It was Candad, all right.
Oh, and then
that's
you got
a
all your
dad,
sugar-free
and then that's
different
a
types of
can.
cookies.
Shut up.
Which, if you want
Some people
to,
got it. All right,
Oreo,
give me a topic. I'll
counts.
draw
You
it
got your Girl Scout
and rate
cookies,
it out of 10.
your oatmeal cookie you buy from the store. You got those pinwheels. Like if someone took a cookie and they stretched it out. So it's not really a short cookie. I think that pretty much covers every type of cookie, to be honest with you.
Microphone
Oh,
activated.
can you do muffins next?
Microphone muted.
Yes, I can. Okay, let's start with blueberry. You got your classic blueberry muffin, which is the blueberry. It pretty much has like blueberries in it. It's a standard muffin, but with blueberries. If you take the blueberries out of it, chocolate chips. You have a chocolate muffin, which is basically a chocolate chip, but you added way too many carrot cake. Cream cheese muffin, orange muffin, oatmeal raisin muffin, which is like an oatmeal raisin cookie, but in muffin form. They have bran muffins, which... What's your favorite type of muffin, Skeppy?
Chocolate chip or blueberry. I'm working on my art skills right now, actually.
Ooh, really? What type of pictures are you trying?
Anything. You can give me a topic. I'll try and draw it.
Ooh, draw a muffin.
Let's have a muffin.
A blueberry.
That's good. I don't care.
That's a nice little muffin. It's a little bit of a freaky looking muffin, but it's a good muffin all the same.
How is that freaky?
Well, it's a little wide for a muffin. Honestly, it looks kind of like a tree now that I look at it. Like an apple tree.
You think so?
Or broccoli. Ooh, broccoli.
Anything else you want me to draw?
Draw a house.
Okay, is this a big house or is this like a little house?
Little house.
A little house?
A dog house.
A dog house? You just changed that fast. A dog house you want? Is
Yeah.
what you said?
Ooh, then after you draw that, draw fish. Draw fish in a dog house. I want to see it. I...
That's what I thought.
Potato, I eat potatoes.
Potato. Shut up. Bad, can you tell me a story about a potato?
Yes. Really? Okay. Once upon a time, there lived a little potato. And this little potato wanted nothing more than to grow up and be a big potato. Because this little potato wanted to eventually go on to do what all potatoes do, which all potatoes want to grow up and become one thing, and that is a baked potato. But there's a problem. Not all potatoes get to grow up and become baked potatoes. Some potatoes grow up to become potato chips. Some potatoes grow up to become potato flour. Some potatoes grow up to become other potato things, like French fries and whatnot. But that is not
Is that like
what...
A60? Does he become a French fry?
Exactly, because he's French.
Ah.
So this little potato needed to figure out what the secret was so that he would be picked to become a baked potato. So he went and found the oldest potato that lived on the farm. He said, "Oldest potato, can you tell me how I can go and become a baked potato?" And the oldest potato said, "I don't know why you're asking me, because
What is
I'm
that?
old and I never amounted to anything. You need to get better advice from someone else." And so the younger potato was like, "Oh my gosh, you're scaring me." And he ran off and he found a slightly younger potato. He said to that potato, "Hey, potato, can you tell me how I can go on to become a big baked potato?" And this potato said, "Ha! Why, yes, I can. The secret to becoming a baked potato is to grow, obviously." And the little potato was like, but I am growing." And the baked potato was like, "Raw, but you need to grow more. You have to grow and become a delicious big potato that someone will want to bake. But you can't look weird. You gotta look perfect. Because everybody sees the skin of the baked potato." And the kid was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." So the little kid went on and he ran on home, this little potato. And when he got home, he was like, "Mom, I figured out how to become a delicious baked potato when I grow up." And his mom was like, "Oh my gosh, you can't become a baked potato because you're a red potato and we're not baked potato type of potatoes. Those are Idaho potatoes. You're never going to be a baked potato. Now go back and learn your books and your schooling." And from that day forward, the baked potato realized that there were some things that you couldn't become. And if you were a red potato, you were never going to be a baked potato. But he didn't care. He said, "Forget you, Mom. I'm going to go out and become a baked potato if I want." And he picked up his stuff and he left and ran outside. And he went on a journey down the road. And then he realized that he couldn't leave home because he had roots attached to him. So he went back and he stayed at home. And he stayed there for years and years. But he worked hard and he absorbed nutrients and he worked out and made himself as beefy as possible. And then eventually, after years and not years, but months and months of growing, he had gotten large enough that everybody, he was the biggest red potato around. And sure, he was a red potato, which did not really that big. Even the biggest ones are kind of small. But the point is, he was a pretty big one. And he said, "That's it. I'm going to be big enough that I will become a baked potato." And the farmer came around one day and he was picking up all the potatoes and putting them in bags. And he picked up our little potato and he went, "Whoa, this is a really big red potato." And he carried this little red potato off to the side inside the house. And the red potato was heartbroken because he knew, "Oh my goodness, my dream of becoming a baked potato is squashed because the farmer just took me inside and I'm not going to be sent to the store to become a baked potato." And he was sad and he was very upset. And then he was surprised because the baked potato was taken and set on the counter with a bunch of big Idaho potatoes. And they were all cut up, even though he was smaller than the other one. But they were cut open and wrapped in foil and baked. And they became, careful, and they became delicious, tasty, baked potatoes. And he was amazed. He was like, "I don't understand. Why is this farmer baking me with all these other potatoes?" And then he took him out, and he saw that the farmer had a child, and he was just the right size for his child as a red baked potato, whereas an Idaho potato would have been too big. So he slathered sour cream and butter on him and salt and pepper, and he gave him to his kid, and his kid ate him. He was the best potato he ever had. And the potato lived happily ever after because he was happy that he achieved his mission of becoming a baked potato. The end. Oh my goodness.
Disconnected.
What the?